this type of an event to come up and be branded, not just me, the agency, this agency, as I said, does some great things. And again, we also own our mistakes, and that's a mistake we made. And with that being said, my heartfelt apology. Yes, ma'am?
Okay, I read that, you said that from now on, you're gonna use, images, is that even true? I read that you're gonna use images from different vendors or?
We purchased immediately the second, at 8:06 PM, I think, I stopped the practice. At 8:07 PM, I ordered my commanders to purchase commercially available targets.
What does that mean? That's what I'm-
Basically, we've already got some of them in, and basically, it's pictures of people that did that for that purpose. And it's a photo generated, it's a computer generated version of it. I can show it to you. It's not quite cartoonish. It looks very realistic, but it's made people that knew that they were doing that, were the models for that, or the basic, certainly knew that's what they're getting into. These young men did not know they were ever gonna be utilized for anything like this. And originally we said we would go outside of this area because that was the original concern. The more I thought about it, that's not even good enough. Because I don't care where it is,
Right.
I would not want my family member being shot.
That's right.
And I have to put me and my family in the same place that you folks and your family are. So, with
I
that.
didn't mean to interrupt, but Christine, and I was talking to, Dottie Joseph. We also have Dottie Joseph, our deputy city attorney, and Jose Smith, our city attorney. We have Councilwoman Phyllis Smith, and we have Councilwoman Barbara Kramer that's here with us. We don't want to just be the standard or the best practice. We want to be above the standard. We want to be above the best practice, okay? Sometimes we're quick to answer because we want to give you an answer. And I think that's what happened with the chief, okay? Now, the chief took it for his guys. You know, some people said, well, why didn't the sniper actually was in front of the camera? People would have seen that, you know, our two snipers, one is black and one is Hispanic. But he didn't want to do that. And in life, you know, no good deed goes unpunished. But guess what? We still got to do the good deeds. At the end of the day, we're looking at every single one of our policies. And we don't care if this is the best practice. We're going to work with our legal team, okay? And they're going to work with me and the chief and our senior group of police officers to find what is beyond the best practice. And not just in police, but in Parks and Rec and in every single one of the departments that we lead.
Yes.
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
The thing that Faith Lewis, we only saw black bullets.
Yes.
If it would have been kind of mixed up.
Ma'am, it was. This represented one picture of 22.
Yeah, but the only one I saw on TV, exactly.
Yes.
And when it went on TV, it went
Viral.
viral.
It
I
was
heard it on Fox News, but they didn't say where it was from. They just said it was one city in Florida at that time. So, but when I saw the pictures, every picture I saw was black.
Yes, ma'am.
So if the pictures would have been mixed up.
We had black pictures, we had white pictures.
Yeah, but we
had
didn't see it
band.
on TV.
They videoed it all. I don't have any control of their message. That's why I came out today, because I can't trust the news media to take it to say, listen, this is the whole story. I understand their business,
Yes.
and then they sell a lot of airtime, and that's what they did. So shame on me on that one, because I trusted them as well.
I know I would have been upset if I saw my son picture up there
Absolutely.
using as a topic.
You know
I
what?
would have really been upset.
At the end of the day, we're not shooting
And I was
at,
upset and it wasn't in my job.
look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're not.
Why it doesn't matter?
No,
This thing just started out wrong.
no.
Explain
It
that.
does matter.
It,
That's what.
no, what I'm saying, that it doesn't matter the color of the faces. We should not, there should be no agency,
Mike, give her a chance to talk.
no agencies should be shooting at real life targets. A real picture. Let me clarify this. We have 95 police officers, okay? 93 of them shoot at a silhouette. Two guys that are snipers shoot at faces. They shoot about, I actually met with the sniper, and we saw all the different photos, 20-something different photos, okay? At the end of the day, we decided no more shooting at real human beings, period. So what I was saying is, it doesn't matter what human beings, and it doesn't matter what picture. We're not doing it, it's not a good practice. Not a good practice at all.
I got a question.
What was wrong with just the regular blue targets or the black targets? What made the difference to where it actually had to be human faces on a target to even start in the first place?
That's a
So
great
if you have a person that steals a car, he might be 17 years old. He probably never committed a crime a day in his life. But then you coming at him at a violent position with your gun because you see this face. He's a car thief. He hasn't done it. He might have a violent bone in his body. But you have his face. What was just wrong with the regular blue little people that look like people? Blue,
Good question.
black,
If I may.
blue, black. What made them change?
I remember us changing to blue targets back about 1985 because of, I think it was called the Miami Action Plan, if I'm not mistaken, said, listen, this was a bad practice, so we changed to blue. And every one of our department does exactly that. All the officers do the blue targets. Even those two snipers do the blue targets for all their training, with the exception of this particular drill. And the basis of the drill was set forth for them to be able to recognize, they take one little picture and they had to pick it out of a group. We knew what the bad guy looked like, if there was and the only time a sniper gets used is for a life and death situation. It would never be for someone stealing a car. It would never be anything like that at all. And that's why I will tell you the truth, sir, I was shocked that we used pictures, period. I was never exposed to that. I'm not a sniper. I'm not a trained sniper. I had no idea that's what was done. I've done all in blue targets, and that's what we're used to. And that's what our department uses across the board. And with the exception of this very, very specific drill that is no longer a practice of the North Miami Beach Police Department. Folks, I have to go to another appointment. I thank you very, very much for the opportunity to address the crowd today. And again, I hope that you're able to take my message back out to the community to explain that, hey, there was a lot of that whole picture that wasn't shown, A. And B, once it was brought to our attention, we ceased it immediately. You know government does not work fast, does it typically? We're talking about a decision to make to cease this practice within 2 hours is put on hold. Then we had to do the review process. And the initial part of the review process was, it was an important drill, but we should not use anybody from the general region. And as we drilled further into it, and then, to be honest, I reflected on myself, saying I would not want my son or my daughter being used for that, period. And so that's why I made the decision that we would not use that at all. So, again, yes, sir.
One quick question. I heard you make a statement that other municipalities had used this practice of using real-life images. You know, from Golden Beach to the north, to Florida City to the south. Can you tell